Guys, good morning. Hope you're well. Welcome back to Wilderness Farm. We've got a water problem. We are basically in drought and the crops are possibly going to fail. We need to sort it out and we're just not very good at it yet, but I'll tell you what we've been doing. But also I've just been moving a fence to make this a bit wider. In just 20 minutes we've got a delivery of wood chip coming for the arena. Now the arena is the one real eyesore place on the farm. And we want to see how far wood chip can go in sorting it out. As you know, we have a lot of issues with drainage on the land. It goes super wet and then super dry in an instant. The thing about this bit of land is that it's already flat. We've had nearly all of the rubber crumb taken away now by our neighbours for their arena. But we've been conflicted with all of this horrible astroturf. It doesn't belong here, it's not what we want in our land. Yet in the same breath, if we chuck it away, it's a huge job at huge expense, and all we lose is this sort of base layer, and it will just go into landfill anyway. So the question is it actually better to get rid of it just for it to go into landfill? Is there anything morally desirable about that? Is that not just deferring the problem? As a result, we think we're just going to layer up goodness on top of it. Some of this stuff is so heavy. It's the one area we have to do something about. I'm going to give you a... Oh, here we go. He's here. He's here.
Clear night, when all the haze gets washed away.
He's a genius.
Smooth flight.
We're going to give it a go. He's going to follow me up here and see if it works.
Escape. From the back to the front, from the ground, going up and it feels
starts here. He's looking at this land and we talked about the morals of it, and he's managed to convince me that it's not the right thing to do. I know it's not the right thing to do because he just kept saying, but it will still be there. And no matter what rationale, no matter what argument, no matter what we said, he just kept going, but it will still be there. We all agree there's nothing good about this at all. He said he can bring a big digger and put it in a pile. And I'm thinking we would chip that to make it good, and then we grow wildflowers on it, accepting that we've got to take it up. We can't be the same part of the problem, but also we need a solution that doesn't break the bank. And I think that's the one. He's going to put the wood chip on here anyway, because we're going to put it onto the top of the field. It's got to go. Shit. He was like, I'm glad it's not my problem. That's good.
All these things are given to us. All these shine like gold in the dust. Stay blackberry days, blooms on the horizon.
Lovely. It does look so much nicer. As he said, it'll still be here. It will still be here. That's 200 pounds of wood chip, and you can just see that it wouldn't even touch the sides anyway. He thinks it's going to be cheaper and better to dig it all up and put it in a pile, which I agree with him is probably the right thing to do. So we're going to aim for that. Meanwhile, we've got a water problem. The pressure just keeps coming and going and coming and going, and so we are trying to fill up the IBC. Andy has constructed a very cool system. It includes a pump connected to our jackery, connected to the solar, and then that's a timer, but I don't know how that works yet. So I'm just gonna see if I can get the first bit going. So we are trickle feeding water in from the mains because there's no pressure, although we're thankful for some water right now. Then we are using this pipe into the pump, which is powered by the jackery by the sun. It's running out of there and running into our sprinkler, which, thank the Lord, is providing a little bit of water. It's going good actually, much better pressure. I pulled up one of the garlics to see where it's got to, and it's definitely pink, and it's definitely a bulb, but it's very, very small, even though it's a massive plant. Probably not enough soil, not enough water. The pump is so good. Ah, this pressure, it was literally dribbling out. Oh no, oh no, oh no, that's good. What's happened? Okay. We're back on.
2 cups of black, my sweet escape. From the back to the front, from the ground, going up and
I literally can't imagine how devastating it must be for the farmers in Africa, in the places most devastated by climate change, who are watching their whole life just get totally washed away in one catastrophic event. If we've started looking at carbon, then we'll start legislating for biodiversity, and I think it's going to be water. It's going to be absolutely on all of our agendas. And this is just a tiny gateway, beginning intro insight for us about it.
Like the sky, hold the light, let it shine till my heart try to say something.
The water's just stopped again for no reason. We're down to the minimum level. That pump does work incredibly well. We bought these 5 lights from Facebook Marketplace, which will either go up in the polytunnel or in the stables. I mean, just getting better and better all the time. Just waiting for the windows to be cut out. They've been cut out on the outside, but they just need to be finished on the inside, the lighting to go in, and the last little bit of flooring here. And then we're ready for 2 decorating days, next Thursday and Friday, with George and Chloe. And then it's polytunnel time. Then we're really motoring, then we've got to make good. This is a brilliant restoration project that Andy and his dad Stuart have been working on. Saves from the bushes.
All these things are given to
Oh, and the baby room is all sorted as well now. That's all child friendly, all soft carpet laid, ready for kids to play in safely. The V1 is getting there. On Friday, I had the chance to speak to an engineering firm's graduates called Kundal. They had people from all over Europe and Dubai, up in Leeds, and I got a chance to ask them what they think we should do next with our water solution, based on a little video I played them.
So we have a prototype watering system set up. This will obviously be the 2 big IBC tanks, drip some water into there from the main tap. We then just about have got enough pressure to run down into our little jackery and little pump. Pushes a bit more pressure. We've then got a timer, got a distributor. We've run 2 different lines, one after another, on timers, and it's worked. Got a little water moisture sensor that will turn the whole thing off when everything's watered nicely.
And then this was their responses. So I'm in Leeds with Kundal, with all of these guys here, engineers, talking about our water problems on the farm.
If there's excess water and you overfill your bucket, is that just falling out the top and going into the soil? Do you have any way to retain and store that water in that system? And maybe for days of drought in the summer and over rain in the spring, to balance and offset that?
It's a good question.
Is it an open container?
It is at the moment.
Could you build like a mesh type system, keep out contaminants, get the water flowing more easily, and then help the water sift through more easily, like you're saying, as if it's just wasted or getting blocked?
It could be cheap, less maintenance.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Is there a way to expand it to all your neighbours? It would be more efficient if you include as much land as possible to then cover all the land needs that there are, instead of just covering your need. And also, is there a way of doing a business out of that by taking care of the maintenance instead of giving them their own independent system?
Yeah.
You said the container was open, right?
It is at the moment.
Yeah, you might want to close that because evaporation will take away most of it.
Yeah, true. Although we're using it pretty quick at the moment, but you're right.
Use the water more efficiently via drip irrigation if you can, and consider using grey water from the houses.
Yeah, interesting. Thank you. Well, there we have it. We've moved the idea forwards a little bit. Let's see what we can do to get some of those answers. Very fun kind of outsourcing it. As I said, I'm sure we're not the only ones who've got water issues right now, even in this country. And I know water neutrality is going to be a huge thing in the future.
20 cash in the coat, lotto tickets to the show.
It may be that it does link in with those houses if it's been delayed.
In which case?
The next part that I know, when I was here last time,
It's going to be about 30 at least. Yeah, well above 20.
20 what?
20 litres a minute.
20 litres a minute, alright, yeah.
It's dropping off. Oh no, there you go. Yeah, 25.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what it comes. That's what it's currently coming in at the top of the land on.
Yeah, so you're getting what, 12 maybe?
Right, so it's already kind of half between there and here.
Yeah.
Is that because it's going uphill?
So it could be something that's restricting it. It could be could be that valve maybe. You've got obviously got that, so it's going that way as well as that way.
We could put 25mm poly in here, straight to the tap, and see if that means we don't lose any of the flow. We're getting about 10,
So,
but that seems like the right level of drop.
Yeah,
between
exactly. That's sort of within the bounds of making sense.
Yeah, of it getting up the field.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
glorious.
So
That's glorious. I've just switched the hose now, and we're using now Andy's drip irrigation. It's very, very handy. Everything's just getting dripped at the same time. Look at these bloody gorgeous roses.
When she comes through the door, kicking back on the floor.
The good thing is, now that I've moved those fences, I can actually get my car along this track and up the glamping field. Oh, and you haven't even seen this yet. And this is not quite our parking space. Need to cut a few of those off in order to get in. And now, lovely. Oh, it looks good, doesn't it?
Way under the rays, watch the moon brighten. All these things are given to us. All these shine like gold in the dust.
I'm absolutely exhausted, but loads more room here and loads more room up there now. Looking a lot better. Feels like a good space now. It's that sort of management time. That's the pop tyre. Trailer's popped. Water's trouble. Quad's engine's burned. I'll show you the smoking engine. I think I might have broken the chainsaw as well. Everything's overgrown. Still loads of crap everywhere. And we've got about 80 days till we have our wedding party. Quite a lot to do to make it nice. Ready for a picnic. If you've got any ideas for the water systems, let us know. Love your help, as you can see. It's a beautiful, challenging day. I've got loads to do, and it just feels like I'm tickling around the edges. Guys, I hope you're very well. I'll speak to you soon. Take care of yourselves and look after each other.
Stay blackberry days, blooms on the horizon.